Fabio's on the way up, he's doing his thing, he's doing really well. Congratulations to him. And he's got to do what the other people have done before him. Go on and fight people and get more popularity and become a big star.
Yeah.
Not just in Ipswich, but in the UK and globally and beyond.
That reason, because I know it could have been, or I could have made the choice for it to be easy. And I would have respected myself less for it. I would have looked at myself in the mirror and gone, come on, Fab, you know you're better than that. You know what you're doing here. I know what you're doing here. And if we know, everyone else is going to know as well. I would, like, as a fighter and as someone that prides themselves on challenging anyone, taking on anyone, not ducking no one, will take on the biggest and best challenge out there. Like, I chose my opponents before. I picked Joseph Parker. I picked Daniel Dubois. Like, I know myself as a character.
Like to see that. We'd laugh at that fight a couple of years ago, but look what Fabio Wardley keeps doing. He keeps doing. He's got youth on his side, and he's fresh, like I said he is.
Tyson Fury fully backs Fabio Wardley in this breakdown and questions Daniel Dubois' current level. He believes Dubois is fading while Wardley looks sharper, more confident and more dangerous. Fury sees Wardley as the fighter who can control this matchup and take advantage of Dubois' weaknesses.
Listen, Fabio's a big dangerous puncher, and I'm sure if he hits anybody, knock him out. He's very strong and he carries his power for a long time, so he did really well.
Tyson Fury is clearly giving Fabio Wardley strong credit here, highlighting his power, size and sharp physical condition. He describes Wardley as dangerous, powerful and fully ready for this level of fight. The way he breaks it down shows clear belief that Wardley has the tools to come out on top in this matchup and handle the pressure better inside the ring.
I think Wardley's a good fighter, and I think the Daniel Dubois fight is a very good fight. I think it's a great fight for British boxing. Two British heavyweights knocking lumps off each other. And these are two big punches, and you know, whoever lands first with the best shot will win.
What makes him dangerous, you think?
Oh, they're all dangerous, all heavyweights, yeah. Yeah, they're all very dangerous. These guys are 6'4", 6'5", 18 stone wrecking machines. Look how they're built. They're built like Greek gods, carved out of stone. They're training, they're young, they're ambitious, dangerous.
And then Daniel versus Fabio Wardley, who do you think will win?
They're both in their prime, both fresh, both young, and it's a real fight where it's not like one's past it and one isn't. They're both in their prime, so I think the fans are the real winners here. They get to see a 50-50 fight between two big heavyweights.
I wonder if Fabio Wardley is going to fall for that call out, because one thing about Fabio, he just got the belt. He just got the belt and he wants to prove that he's a legitimate champion, and I think doing so is to beat another one that was a legitimate champion, Daniel Dubois. But what does it mean for Fabio Wardley to be wanted, right? To be sought after? I think it's an opportunity for Fabio Wardley to make some serious cash.
Fabio Wardley is confidently showing his knockout level by comparing himself with elite heavyweight names. The way he reacts shows belief in his own power and finishing ability. This builds his image as a dangerous puncher who can match or even surpass top-level knockout records, which is exactly why many see him as a serious threat in this division.
Do these fighters have a higher or lower knockout ratio than you? Alexander Usyk.
Lower.
Correct. Percentage?
Is that about 81 maybe?
62.
Oof. I'm trying to be generous.
Anthony Joshua.
Lower.
Correct.
I think he's about 93.
Lower. 89.
Oh.
Moses Itauma.
Lower.
Correct. Percentage?
He's about 75, I think.
Higher. 85.
Oof.
George Foreman.
Ooh. Lower.
Correct. You know?
It's high. It's 90s though. It's like 91.
It's 89%.
Oh.
Over 81.5.
I was close.
Ajit Cabale.
Lower.
Correct. Percentage?
83. Oof.
Daniel Dubois.
Same. 95.
Correct.
Ben Davison is praising Fabio Wardley's journey and rapid rise in boxing. He highlights how Wardley's background and development make him stand out among heavyweights. The respect here shows Wardley is not just a puncher, but a disciplined fighter who has earned recognition through consistent improvement and strong performances.
Yeah, I think you got somebody that boxing's turned their life around. I think that happens time and time again, and I think he's common, and that's what makes boxing great. But I think the background to the achievements and the level of the guys he's beating, yeah, I think you'd be hard pushed to find someone doing what Fabio and
Lawrence Osweek is questioning Daniel Dubois' mindset while also bringing Fabio Wardley into the comparison. He suggests fighters must believe in themselves even under pressure, but hints that Wardley may handle tough moments better than Dubois. This adds more belief around Wardley's mentality in big fights.
I'm pretty sure Daniel said the same thing going into the Usyk fight, but to be fair, boxers are delusional. They've got to be. As a fighter, you've got to convince yourself that the losses and mistakes is experience. It'll make you better. Otherwise, you would just give up. Ade says to Fabio, when the going gets tough, Daniel maybe doesn't have what he has.
Has shied away from the challenge in some situations, yeah. But in others, again, it swings and roundabouts with him.
Unfortunately, I can't really argue. In the Usyk fight, he got put down, looked straight at his corner, the ref waved it off, he stood up and walked perfectly back to his corner. I'm just saying.
Don Charles reflects on Daniel Dubois' changing team situation and how things ended suddenly behind the scenes. It shows some instability around Dubois' camp, which indirectly raises questions about his preparation and focus. In contrast, Fabio Wardley's rise feels more stable and controlled, adding confidence to his momentum going into big fights.
Privately, Daniel's father in particular, he recognized what I've done for Daniel and the father. And I too recognize what they done for me as a coach. So it's a mutual thing. Like I said, it was a sudden ending, and that doesn't sit well with me in the way that and I haven't got this entitlement that I must be Daniel Dubois' coach.
No, fair enough.
But the timing of it, when 48 hours prior to me being dismissed, sacked. The conversations I was having with Daniel's father didn't suggest. No, that's the only thing that doesn't sit well with me. But like I said, I've digested it, I've acknowledged it, accepted it, processed it, and I've accepted it, and life moves on.
Personally, I'd have as the favourite, and obviously that's Fabio Wardley. His resume in his last 4 or 5 fights have been really good, as was Daniel Dubois before the Usyk fight. So it depends what the Usyk fight took out of Dubois. You know, will he be questioning himself, being accused of quitting again? Could have got up by certain people in the press, things like that, and these things will be playing on his mind, and it's whether he can come out and say, right, I'll fucking show yous, or he'll go within himself a little bit. I think it'll be the former, but I think the hand speed of Fabio Wardley will cause Dubois problems. He can be hit clean. Obviously, Wardley will have to be on high alert and can't afford to really make one mistake.
Fabio Wardley reflects honestly on his early sparring with Daniel Dubois, admitting he was outclassed at the time. But what stands out is how much he has evolved since then. This is not weakness, it shows growth, learning and development. Wardley is now a completely different fighter compared to those early gym days.
You sparred with Daniel in the past? How was that?
Painful. I sparred with Daniel a lot in the very, very, very early stages of me turning professional. I'd barely been professional a year, I think. And I used to go down to the old Peacock gym when he was under Martin Bowers a lot, and spar with him then. And obviously he was way, 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 way ahead of me in terms of levels, and still big, strong, and had some great attributes, and I didn't, and I wasn't those things, and I was learning and I was figuring things out. So yeah, them sessions were quite painful, and I took a lot of shots, took a lot of hits, and was taking things kind of very head on. Wasn't really sure on how to ride a shot or anything. I was just kind of taking them. So yeah, and a lot of those spars, I've got no qualms in saying holding my hands up. Like, he got the better of me, but that was 8 years.
Carl Froch is openly questioning Daniel Dubois' mentality when pressure rises, suggesting doubts about his consistency at elite level. At the same time, Fabio Wardley is being framed as the more dangerous and active puncher. Wardley's rise is being respected more because of his momentum, timing and ability to deliver stoppage power.
You do wonder, when it comes on top for him, Daniel Dubois, what's up there and does he want it? That's the only real question mark I've got over his career. Obviously, losing to Usyk's no disgrace, but he's a massive puncher, big, hard hitter. And Fabio Wardley has never really been in there. You've got Justice Hooney, you've got Joseph Parker, you've got Fraser Clark. None of them are really bangers, are they? None of them can really punch hard for heavyweights. I'm sure if they hit you on the chin, it'd hurt. But somebody like me who's got a granite chin, I think I'd...
Duke McKenzie breaks down how dangerous this fight is, but his tone clearly leans towards Fabio Wardley. He points out Wardley's adaptability compared to Dubois' limited movement. In a pure firefight, Wardley's consistency, engine and knockout timing make him look like the fighter more capable of surviving and finishing strong.
And as you know, in heavyweight boxing, unlike any other weight division, you're one punch from victory, one punch from disaster. So it's not a question of the first one to land, because Dubois, there isn't enough lateral movement. You can only teach him so much. Dubois he's been to the top of that tree. He's tasted world title success. He knows what it is to be a world champion. You can't really improve when you've been a world champion. I mean, you never stop learning, but it's whether you can actually take that and put it into action. For me, there's not enough movement from Daniel Dubois. And once those bullets start getting fired, then mate, once those shots start coming in, boy, someone's getting knocked out. It's gonna be, you know what, their styles are gonna blend so well. Because like I say, they're both punchers, they both box reasonably well, they both got reasonably good stamina. And as soon as that bell goes, mate, don't blink, it's gonna be, boy, you know what, like I say, I'm quite excited about that one.
Spencer Oliver focuses on Daniel Dubois' mindset being the key factor in his performances. Without strong belief, physical strength alone is not enough at elite level. This is where Fabio Wardley stands out, as his confidence and self-trust inside the ring appears stronger and more consistent heading into big fights.
It's all about mindset. Dom recognises that. It's not about the physicalities with Daniel Dubois. Never has been. He's a big, strong guy, and if you get his mind right and he's that self-belief there, and that's what Dom will be working on with him.
It's not many that should beat him ever.
No.
Ade Oladipo praises Fabio Wardley's raw power and growing reputation in the heavyweight division. Even when acknowledging his defensive risks, Wardley is still seen as one of the most dangerous fighters outside the elite level. His rise and knockout ability make him a serious force against anyone in the division.
Jesus Christ, man. That's just sensational. Honestly, that is just brutality at its best. I have picked against Fabio 2 or 3 times. I will never pick against him again. That being said, I picked it against Dubois a couple of times. I think it's 50-50, and this isn't fencing, because I 51-49 Fabio. Fabio can crack, unlike any heavyweight I think right now in the division, but he takes a lot of punishment. Like, we've seen it, and I don't think you can take that type of punishment early from Dubois. But it's a tremendous fight. Look, if it does happen, credit to both. Credit to Dubois. To do Usyk, Miller, Hrgovic, AJ, Usyk, Wardley is better than any run minus Usyk in the heavyweight division. And, by the way, Parker was supposed to be squeezed in there.
Duke McKenzie is clearly elevating Fabio Wardley's status after his world title success, especially following the Joseph Parker performance. He highlights Wardley's ability to adapt, win tough rounds, and finish fights under pressure. This is not just power anymore, it is development and championship mentality. The comparison with Daniel Dubois' jab shows where the technical battle could be decided, but Wardley's improvement curve is what stands out most. He is not static, he is evolving after every fight, which makes him even more dangerous at this stage of his career.
His name, because Fabio Wardley's a world champion now in his own right. And that 5% I'm just talked to you about, he's 5% better now than what he was before he won the title, because that's what it gives you when you win a world title. Now, he's just beaten Joseph Parker, right? And messed him up quite badly. It wasn't an easy fight. It ebbed and flowed for periods in that fight, but ultimately, Wardley got the job done. That's what he does. He gets the job done. Look at his career. Now, he would have improved, and a lot is to be said of Daniel Dubois, because he's got an excellent jab. That was the difference between him and AJ when they fought, was that jab. It was just beautiful. Wardley's got a good jab, and if Wardley's jab has improved since winning that title, then it's about...
Fabio Wardley is fully embracing his identity as a knockout puncher, while also proving he is not limited to early finishes. His confidence in carrying power deep into fights makes him extremely dangerous for someone like Daniel Dubois. What stands out is his mentality. He believes he is always in the fight regardless of rounds or pressure. That mindset is what separates him from many heavyweights. He is not just relying on one punch, he is carrying belief, endurance, and aggression from round one to the final bell, which makes him a serious threat in any scenario.
The best competitor out there I can find who's available, who wants to scrap and get it all.
All your fights, bar one, all your wins bar one has been by knockout. That's kind of what you do, right? It's written on the tin, as they say. You expect to knock out Daniel Dubois. I mean, we've seen you go points, the draw with Fraser Clark, you can go deep in fights, but you expect to knock this man out.
Yeah, look, I've done it before. In terms of going the distance, it's something I know I've got in the locker, it's something I know I can do, but also, like you say, as a proven record, I knock people out. And whether that be first, second, third round, or 10, 11, 12, I carry that power all the way through. I carry that heart, determination, and game all the way through. Every minute of every round, I'm in the fight. There's not a second of the fight where you think I'm down and out.
Fabio Wardley openly accepts the brutal reality of elite heavyweight boxing and shows no fear of the danger involved. This mindset is exactly why he is becoming such a fan favorite. He does not shy away from pain or risk. Instead, he embraces it as part of greatness. Against Daniel Dubois, that mentality becomes even more important because both fighters are willing to trade heavy shots. Wardley's willingness to stand in the fire and still push forward shows why many believe he thrives in chaotic, high-pressure fights where others break down.
You both smile when I say that, where for me it's quite scary. Do you accept that this is going to be one of those painful fights?
Yeah, I think that's a given. Whether it be him, Joseph Parker, AJ Fury, Usyk, whatever. At this level of the game, there's no easy rides no more. There's no comfy cruise through the win and have it nice and easy. Like, it's gonna be a scrap. And especially with the way we two go at it, yeah, there's gonna be a few cuts, a bit of blood, and all the rest to go with it.
You liking that?
Blood sport, yeah. I love it.
Why? Why do you love that danger to it?
Nah, this is, you need to take chances if you want to be great. If you want to be great and do something, you know, to go down in history for, you need to take chances and risks, and it's what we are, it's what we live for.
Daniel Dubois is trying to project confidence by stepping straight into a high-level domestic war after a setback. However, this also raises questions about pressure and recovery. Fabio Wardley, on the other hand, thrives in momentum-driven fights and is already active at elite pace. Dubois is trying to prove resilience, but Wardley enters this clash with consistency and rhythm. That difference matters in heavyweight boxing, where timing and confidence often decide outcomes before the first punch is even thrown. Wardley looks like the fighter already in his natural flow.
Champion, you obviously have a say in this fight as well. Why did you want to go straight into this one after a defeat? Most people have an easier one after a defeat, just to kind of get back on the horse, so to speak. You've gone straight into what many consider the #2 heavyweight in the world. Why have you gone straight there?
I think it's perfect for me. This fight, you know, you ain't a southpaw or anything like that. This is the domestic scrap I need. This is, you know, juicy for me. You know, this is proper boxing now. Back at home.
I'm coming out southpaw, so he's gonna be.
Fabio Wardley reflects on old sparring sessions with Daniel Dubois, but quickly makes it clear that both fighters are completely different now. The key takeaway is Wardley's focus on constant evolution. He highlights recent growth, adjustments, and learning through experience at every level. This is important because it shows he is not relying on past reputation or old gym stories. Instead, he is building a modern, improving version of himself with each fight. That progression is what makes him dangerous now compared to years ago when they first shared rounds in the gym.
Have you guys ever sparred each other?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah? How long ago? What are we talking?
7 years, 8 years maybe.
Do you both remember that?
Mm-hmm.
How did that sparring go? Not that means anything come fight night. It's a long time ago. You're a different fighter. You're a different fighter. How did that go?
I went well, but in the early days, he got the better of me.
Yeah?
I'll say that. I've got no problem with that whatsoever.
Do you remember those sparring?
Yeah, just like he said. He's come on since then now, so.
We've grown a lot since then for both parts. I'm nowhere near the fighter I was that many years ago. And in the fights he's had, he's grown and changed and adapted as well. Like, you have to. Like, if you want to stay at the high level of this game, that's what you have to do. But even in them, like you say, in those 7-8 years I've changed, but not just that, even in the last 2-3 fights I've changed. I've grown, developed, got better, adjusted, changed, weathered storms, figured it out. Like, I've gone through milestones, and you can watch them from fight to fight to fight, the adjustments I make. So all I'm proving is that I'm constantly learning, and that I'm
This fight between Fabio Wardley and Daniel Dubois is more than just a clash of heavyweights. It is a full test of belief, power, and survival at the highest level. Everything is on the line here, with Daniel Dubois trying to prove he still belongs among the elite after criticism, while Fabio Wardley steps in with growing confidence, heavy hands, and a reputation that keeps getting stronger with every fight. If Daniel Dubois wins, it rebuilds his career momentum and puts him right back into world title talks, shutting down all doubts about his mentality and durability. But if Fabio Wardley shocks the world, it changes everything overnight, turning him into a serious threat in the division and proving he is not just hype but real knockout danger at world level. Mentally, this feels like Wardley carrying momentum and self-belief, while Dubois carries pressure and expectation. And in fights like this, that edge can decide everything. One clean punch can flip the entire story, and nobody leaves unchanged. Drop your prediction in the comments and subscribe for more heavyweight breakdowns like this.